Hey, my name is Ralph and I'm with Flexfilm. And on today's video, I have a shrinking technique that I use to train people how to shrink back windows. I'm gonna call it the zone shrinking method. And in this video, I'm gonna bring in a newbie, someone who's never shrunk a back window before. And then I'm gonna walk this person through this technique and we're gonna see if this person can shrink this back window. I want you to know I've already prepared this back window with soap. We're going to use a dry shrinking method, and I'm going to use a dyed film, something I thought would shrink really, really easy. And I'm about to introduce to you the newbie that we got off the street that we're going to use in this video to see if this can work for anybody. Okay, I'm now going to introduce our newbie that we're going to use today for this video. Come into the frame. This is Ryan Van Pelt. This is my second son, number 2 son, second born. He is going to be the guy that we're going to see if we can get to shrink this back window today, since he has just going to say he has zero tent experience. He's watched me, he knows what I'm doing, he knows how this works, but as far as him actually ever tinting a car by himself, that never happened. He's messed around a little bit in my studio on a few windows. He at least knows he's not 100% green, but can promise you he's pretty green. Is that true? Okay. I'm gonna go back over here and get the film. I'm gonna put it on the glass and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm doing. But because this video is about the shrinking, not the whole installation, I'm gonna use some dyed film over here. I've got preset. I've just measured the width of the back window and I want to pull this out. This is dyed film. I thought this would be a pretty easy shrink for most anybody. I didn't want to get a more challenging film for this video. This is a Toyota Camry, a really standard vehicle, something pretty medium, basic to medium in difficulty. And we're going to see how this method works. Hopefully I don't look bad in the video with trying this. By the way, Ryan is today, he's 14 years old. He'll be 15 here pretty soon. Okay, so I'm putting this, anchoring this film down. It's real important. We've got everything covered, top and bottom, sides. I'm going to do a quick anchor. There's no moisture we're using. We have soap. Everything sticks real well when we push down on it. That's what I like, to get it anchored. I'm gonna continue that straight across line on the other side. That's all I'm really gonna do. And then, of course, I'm gonna just quickly do a pre-trim. We're just getting to the shrinking part. I'm just gonna do a quick pre-trim all the way around the glass. This is not the final cut. We will never make the final cut. This is just a shrinking video. I'm just trying to get it tame, so we can work with it for the video. Yeah, Ryan's 14 years old. Been watching me, knows kind of what's going on, but he's never tinted anything or shrunk anything on his own. And I want to see if I can get him with my technique to do this. We'll find out. Again, I'm just doing a quick trim. This is one of the vehicles that we own. Somebody works here owns actually, and not an actual customer car. Okay. I want to show you how this technique is going to work. I'm just, I'm going to get these fingers up and down. I'm going to try to smooth out the sides on this particular car, just sort of setting the stage. This is a video only about the shrinking part. It does help when you set it up right. It does shrink easier. Okay. Now, what I want to do before Ryan gets in the picture here is I want you guys to see how I look at this and how you can take such a big looking job and reduce it into small zones, and then how to manage each zone to get this entire window shrunk. This is I hope this Sharpie doesn't fail me. This is how I look at things. This is the center. Can you see that okay? And does the camera pick that up pretty good? I am making zones right now. Obviously what you're noticing is zone 1 and 2. I've got a bottom and I've got a top. Now I want to come over here and I want to make quads. Okay, I want to make quads. Okay, I'm going to come up and just simply divide the window into quads. Okay, and this is where we're going to start. Okay, Ryan, what I want you to do is come in, pick up that heat gun. I want you to put that cord over your shoulder so it doesn't drag across the paint. Let me show you how I do it. You can do it like this or put it on this side, it doesn't matter. I like to put the cord, where you can work, where it doesn't hit the car. You don't want to put the cord here where you have to drag it across the car because it could cause the paint to scratch. Okay. What I want you to do is, and in order to shrink this back window, I want you to, don't look at the whole back window. I want you to look at these zones. And right now, I want to point something out. Just where we squeegee this window, we actually can go deeper into this. We don't really have to shrink pretty much anything under that line. You see, this is already flat. Okay, this is already flat right here. So we don't really have to do much shrinking there. We want to really look at this zone right here. And what I want you to do in this particular zone right here, this quad, I want you to, I don't want you to go past this line. Okay? Now, when you look at this zone right here and you shrink it, what I want you to do is I want you to just make the heat gun go back and forth only in this zone. As this shrinks, you stop at this line. You don't have to stop on this line. You can go a little above it, stay a little below it, but this is where I want you to concentrate on. This is what I want you to concentrate on, this zone right here. Turn the heat gun on, turn it on to second speed. Okay, let it heat up a second. And then I want you to start heating this film and watch it shrink, and I'm gonna guide you through it. Okay, yeah, keep going. Keep going, just going down. Keep it moving. Okay, then see the points here? Okay, stop. Okay, now, no, you did good. What I want you to notice, a lot of people use gloves. On this video, we're gonna use a card. I want you to notice that when you shrink a finger, you see how we've shrunk it more here and we didn't shrink it, see, like, okay. See how you've got lots of shrinking in here to do, but you shrunk really good here. And right here is a little bit, you can just read the glass. But see, you pretty much, you got all the shrinking you need done in this zone. What I want you to do is I want you to come back and I want you just to shrink a little bit right there, just in this circle. You see what I'm saying? Just hit a little bit. You may want to pull the film back. You don't want to shrink it when it's going to the side. Everything you shrink, you want it to go from top and bottom. So you want to pull it like this, shrink it here a little bit. See, pull it back like I did. Okay. Now, yeah, hold it about this far away, and then go back and forth. Go back and forth a little bit. Now come over here. Okay, good. Stop. Okay. Now in this zone right here, we can start here. I want you to take this card. I'm going to do just the first part. I want you just to smooth it out all the way to that line. Okay? Let me hold the. Okay, smooth it out to that line. Yep. Keep going. No, start down here and kind of swipe up. Yeah. Swipe down here and go up. Same thing. See how you've moved out of this zone. Okay. Now it gets a little more tricky. You've pretty much, we created a zone here that didn't need any shrinking because this is the flat part of the glass. we went into another zone that needed shrinking, and you've already managed to deal with that zone. It gets a little bit more difficult as you're moving up, okay? What we want to do, hold this again, is we want to create another zone. I'm going to create this zone right here. And then I'm going to create this zone. Okay, now, what I want you to do is I want you to look at only this zone right here. I want you to start shrinking. I want you to start shrinking at the top of like around this line in a circular motion, and then I want you to kind of go down and get the rest of this zone and manage this zone right here. I want you to turn that gun on, let it heat up for a second. Make sure you don't hit that cord on that car. And I want you to start it on this line and go in a circle all the way, and I want you to go down and come back. And I want you to get that zone shrunk. You're too close. Okay, now, yeah, go, yeah, perfect. Keep going. Now stop. Okay, you got a little shrinking in here you got to deal with. You see, you want to hold it up, and you just want to go right in there. See? Yeah, and get that to shrink. Okay, come on back over here a little bit. That's good. Okay. Now, I want you to take the card, and I want you to kind of smooth that zone out. Okay, okay, cool. Now wait, stop right there. Yeah, smooth this one out. Yeah. Now come over here, just kind of get a little swipe in there. Okay, now, what I want you to notice is you still got some work to do in your zone. So you got to come up here and you got to shrink it here, and then you got to come across here and shrink it there, all the way through there. Okay, and then I want you to smooth that and get that zone smooth. No, you don't have to pull it back. Just you can if you want to a little bit. Keep going. That's good. Okay, stop. Now work on that zone. Smooth that zone out. Okay. Now look, you still got some work to do. You still got some zone work here to do. You want to sort of come in here a little. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. You want to come in here and do a little shrinking in there. You know, I think you want to do just a. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I keep hitting the button. Okay, you just want to get this a little smoother right in there. Hey, listen, this is the hardest part of the whole window. Okay, so just don't shrink it too much, just a little bit. Okay, come back over here. You got some real rough over here. So you see, whoa, stop, back up. You don't want this to happen. You see here, you see these fingers on the side? You want to hold these, you want to hold these vertical. You see, you want to keep them vertical. You don't want to let them go sideways. You want them to go vertical and hit them real quick. See, hit them real quick there, vertical. Hit them. Okay, hit them. Come on over here. Keep going. Okay, stop. Now, smooth your zone out. Don't hammer over these. Okay. See, this will smooth it out on the sides. Yeah, go that way. Yeah, I see it. Okay, now let's go to this zone. Okay, same thing. You want to keep these fingers up. You want to heat them like that, all the way to this line, and then we want to smooth that zone out. And you want to keep those fingers up. And sometimes you can start up here. Don't put too much heat here. You'll heat them too much. Start kind of coming through here like this first, and then hold them, and then come backwards, and then heat what's down here at the bottom last. So, and make sure you don't want anything to go this way. You want to make sure all your stuff is vertical, up and down, like this. You don't want things to go this way. You don't want to heat things that way. Does that make sense? So you can get in here and do this real quick, and you'll be done with your zone. And you're letting the cord touch the car again. Now put it on speed 2. No, speed 2. There you go. Let it heat up, and then go in there and attack it right in there. Come backwards, come back, come back. Get in there, get in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom, stop. Smooth it out. Let me hold the gun for you. Okay. All right. Let's go do another zone here. Trying to get a straight line. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, don't pay attention to this zone yet. I want you to look at this zone. This zone right here. Don't worry about this zone, just this zone right here. I want you to take your heat gun and I want you to just heat it. Just come in here with your heat gun and heat like this. I want you to heat it in here like this, just at the top. I want you to start closing these tops up just a little bit. You can go a little bit further over here and a little bit further over here. This is going to sort of float and move around, but I want you to just work on this zone right here. This zone will come back and we'll hit this real quick where we need to. Right now, we're in a position where we can shrink these too much and cause these to be impossible to shrink. So we just want to work on trying to get these tame. So you just want to come up in here, keep everything vertical. You can touch it, but just kind of come in here and go back and forth. And we need to zip this up a little bit, okay? In that zone here, the top zone. Go ahead. You got to be on a circular motion. Go back and forth. Yeah. See how it's doing right there and dancing for you? Keep going. Okay. Keep going. Come on. Go back over here some more. Okay, stop. Okay, we're not going to try to smooth this out because see, now this zone looks all rough. You need to just do the same thing you did in this zone. This zone is okay. You got to come back to this zone. Now remember, when you're doing this dance with the heat gun, you can go all over this zone. You can go up a little bit or down a little bit further, but this is your zone right here, this zone right here. So you just need to get in here and shrink that and kind of crinkle it up like that. And go ahead. Keep going, doing good. Go back and forth. Keep going, come over here. Anytime you see something to shrink, okay, stop. Take your smart card now. I'll hold the gun, okay? And I want you to smooth out these two zones, but be real careful. You may not be able to smooth out the top, but just start, ease it up. Just go slow, don't run over anything. We are working in a live shop today. There's kids running around. Yeah, just keep pushing on. Yeah, go on all the way to the top. Boom. Okay. Keep going. Now go a little bit past your zone over there, just a little bit. Yeah, just do that. That's fine. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to get this to lay down. So you got to do a little more shrinking in here, and then you might want to try to do some shrinking and then pushing, shrinking and pushing, shrinking and pushing, and try to do a combo move. Put that over your shoulder, put it on number 2 speed, and then you might want to do a little shrink and push, shrink, push, and then when you push it, keep pushing it. Okay. You got to keep the gun moving. Keep the gun moving. Okay, come on over. Keep going over. Push. Yeah. Shrink and push. See how you see the technique? You shrinking, push, shrink, push. Come back over here. Shrink, push. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. We got a lot of activity going on. It's okay. We're in a live shop environment. I want you to do the same thing with this zone. This is going to be the most tricky zone here. Okay, I need you. It's going to be real tricky right here because it's wanting to, it's going to do some side. You don't want to put a lot of heat on the side when it's not laying down flat, okay? You don't want to put heat when it's doing this, and then you'll start messing things up. You got it? We want to leave this flat, but we want to come over here. We don't want to really worry. I want you to stay out of this zone for now. Stay out of that zone for a minute. I want you to come over here and work in this zone right here. I want you to try to button this up Just button this top zone up, okay? I don't want you to do any pushing. I want you to button this up a little bit. Just let it dance. Hey, whoa. See, when it starts getting to the side, you physically got to come in here and kind of hold it, and you want to try to. This is getting really tricky. You just want to take your time. Don't try to heat anything fast at once. Just do a little bit of everything in this. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go back. You got two zones right here. I'm seeing. You got some danger zone right here. You want to kind of heat on this line is what you want to do. You want to hold these things up straight and heat on this line. And you want to try to kind of get the belly of these things down. You don't want to heat too much here. And you could heat more up here on the top if you want to. But we want to try to tame this. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a new zone here. There's a new zone I'm seeing sort of coming up. This is the new zone right here. Okay, you want to get in there and just heat in the middle of that zone. And we want to try to flatten that out a little bit more. And we want to try to keep these as vertical as possible. I'm going to have to give you a little bit of, this right here was melted just a little bit. I'm going to cut it out just because it's kind of causing those fingers to go funny. Again, you just want to kind of go in the middle of this. Just go real slow and try to spread everything out, okay? It's going to be the hardest one. Go ahead. You're on number one. Are you on number two? Okay. Okay, you're doing it. Yeah, just go to the bottom a little bit more. You got, yeah. See how it's doing? Perfect. Come over here. Come over here a little bit more. Okay, whoa, yeah. Come over here a little bit more. You see, okay, now we're talking. Okay, stop. Okay, you've done a really good job in this zone right here. You've got this zone about licked. Your trouble's gonna be right here. What you gotta do is you gotta come over here and you gotta heat that, okay? You gotta heat that right there. You see how I'm kind of putting my finger here and I'm keeping this flat? And you got to but you got to have to heat the top of this, and you're gonna have to heat a little bit of it over here, a little bit over here. You just got to try to get the top of this before you get the bottom, or the belly of this thing to get it to lay down. Basically, what you're gonna do. Let me show you what you're gonna do. You're gonna. There's a lot of writing on here. This is where you're really wanting to concentrate most of your heat. You got to keep this flat, and then you got to go inside this circle here. And you got to get this laying down flat and kind of work your way up. Then come back and manage that little part. Does that make sense? Without trying to burn your fingertip. Yeah, you want to keep this down, and then you want to try to kind of heat the belly of this thing real quick. You don't want to heat the fingers. You don't want to heat in this zone because you're going to probably pinch it up right here. You're going to have to come in the belly of this thing and kind of flatten it out a little bit. Does that make sense? Yeah, you don't want to create a. Yeah, go ahead. Just keep that flat. Just do a little bit at the time. You're gonna have to get this in here. You see? Stop. You're going too much in here. Let me kind of. I'm sorry, you're doing what I told you to do. You got it in the circle. There's your new circle. I know it's getting harder to see, but yeah, you got to get in this circle here and get all that out. You're doing it though.
I still got to keep this flat.
Huh?
I still got to keep this flat.
Yeah, keep that flat. Hit it hard in there, and let it kind of dance up though. You'll see. It's hard to explain it to somebody that's never done it before. Go down. Yeah. Keep going. Okay, come over here. You got it going. Okay, stop. Okay, now take your card. You're gonna do a little card work here. Start smoothing that out. This is the hardest part of the window. Just kind of keep coming over this way. Come back, just Let me just show you a trick. You've already done this. You got to kind of keep the card flat and put pressure on it and push it. See, so you know, just push it. Yeah, I know you're not going to crease anything up here. You've shrunk it enough. So just kind of put some pressure on it. Okay. Yeah. Now what you want to do though is now that's good. Now we want to see what we got vertical again, which is a little tricky. Okay, keep pushing it, keep going. Smooth it all out, keep going all the way. Okay, now, what you got to do is bring that finger all the way over to this square and heat it there. And it'll take some pressure off this over here. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have to do a lot of heating real fast in this little quadrant right here. So, and then come across there and you want to, this is a heat and push maneuver. You want to get your card and you want to start trying to, you know, kind of heat, push, you know. Does that make sense? What you don't want to do is if you heat this up too much right here, I'm going to try to draw you another. You do not want to heat in that. You got to push that out of there and you got to heat going up and not across. If this thing gets heated up, it's going to flop over. You got to keep all this pushed up and you got to start here and heat it up. And you got to move it over here a little bit and move it over there. You got a little bit of heating to do in this corner, but you got to do it right. And you know, it'll work out. Go ahead and heat it. Push it, heat it and push it. Heat it, push, heat it. Yeah, you're doing good. Just be a little more aggressive with it. Be a little more, put your gun closer to it. Yeah, just, okay. All right, let's look at something. Really and truly, the good news is this. I'm gonna intervene here. I could go ahead and shrink this out myself, but for this video, I'm gonna say, let's just show you a trick. See, the actual window is right here. So really, you don't have that much more to go. So what you need to do now is focus on just pushing it, flattening it out. You don't even turn your heat gun on yet. Try to flatten all this out. Okay? Now just heat it a little bit on these edges and push it real fast at the same time. Come on across. Okay. All right. Just keep on going. Here, smooth these out. Put your heat gun a little closer. Yep, okay, you're done. I got you. Okay, now we're gonna do the bottom. We're gonna do the same thing. Let me just go ahead and let's get the zones again. Let's make it simple. What I want you to do is I want you to heat this zone right here. I want you to just heat everything in there. It's always easier to start off. Let me get on this side of you. Put the cord over you. I just want you to heat this zone right here. And just get everything to lay down. Okay. I want you to heat this zone right here. I want you just to, you know, do the same thing you just did. Whoa, wait a minute. For whatever reason, this film has come up. Here, smooth that out. Start here and come down. That's good. Just just get below this line right here. Get into this zone. Smooth everything out up here. Okay, that's good. Now, don't go any further down. Just come down. You smooth that zone out. Okay, that's good. Smooth the rest of the zone out. Okay, you're moving out of this zone into the next zone. Now you got this zone to worry about. You still got to shrink these fingers and hold them vertical in that zone. See there? Yeah, just. Come over here. Shrink in that zone. Shrink the rest of the bottom, the rest of this zone here. Just come over here. Get in the very center of it. Okay, clean this zone up a little bit. Yeah, you're doing good. Come down, come down, come down. Okay, now smooth it out. Smooth out these two zones that we've created. Okay, keep smoothing out the other zone. Yeah, you're doing good. You got this finger up here, you see. Smooth it out. Just smooth it out. It'll lay out. Okay, now we're gonna do another zone. Let's do this zone. I want you to, again, I like for you to start on the line, you know, and then kind of go into the zone more and shrink the rest of it. But just go across that line and then come back. Whoa. It's not working out for you. You got to keep this thing straight. Okay, you might want to. Okay, we got some zone problems here. You've already you've seen this path you've taken through here. You've got to hit it hard, and I'm going to go within this zone and kind of give you some detailed work. You got to come into this area right here. That's what you got to get all this knocked down now. You see that? Okay, now take your hard card and push on it. Start at the top and come down. Oh, whoa. Okay, keep going. Push it down. Push it down. Trying to keep this. Okay. Now you've almost worked your way out of this zone. Now we still have the next two zones. Whew. Here you go. Let me see this. Okay. What you got to do now is finish this zone. You got that same situation, you know. You got a situation where you got some side action here, but you don't want to shrink to this direction bad. What you want to do is you got to bring all this, so you can shrink this right here down like that. You can move this finger over here and you can shrink all this down. But you have got to hold that down, and you got to shrink this here and you got to shrink these two here, and then you got to stop. Does that make sense? You got to work on this little patch in here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, hold it down. You got to push it with that card now. Okay. Whoa. That's it. Now, what we want to do is we want to get into this zone. So you can hold the finger down here at the bottom, and you can heat these. So right now I want you to concentrate on this zone in that square, but you got to be over here making those fingers vertical, and you got to come over here and you got to heat inside that square. Does that make sense? Yeah. Start at the bottom of these things. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, just come over here a little more. You gotta. Okay, now you gotta take your card. Yeah, keep going. You're doing good. Let me show you a technique, Ryan. I don't know how to tell you this. I have to show you. One thing about this method that would be very helpful is to learn how to use the card and the shrinking at the same time. I want to help you with this bottom corner. You want to shrink. You know, I want to help you with these two zones. What you want to do is you want to sort of shrink. Okay, and then you want to use the card at the same time. It's kind of like your friend. If once you get it really hot and you can't touch it with your hand, it'll start laying down. See how I'm doing that? Now see, this is way below. We're gonna cut. What I'm trying to say is it's okay that we make the edges look. I can even purposely damage the edges. See, as long as I got it laying down smooth. Here, hold that. See, because I want to just point out that once you get it looking smooth, you're actually going to, when you cut it out for the final trim, let me get this blade sharper. When you cut it out for the final trim, you got to remember, this is the only part that counts, is what's left. See, all that was waste. So that's why that right there works out really nice. How it lays down flat. That's why this over here was probably gonna be cut out anyway. Now what you gotta do is I want you to just heat, and push. I want you to try to do this zone all by yourself, and use your hands to, get these fingers to stay vertical. And I want you just to heat the belly of this thing and up. And I want you to, as you heat, push, I want you to do that, try that, see how that works for you. This will help you be faster and a little more aggressive. Yeah, just only handle what you shrink. And come over here. Okay, push it. Okay, come over here. Okay, push it. Okay, you're making progress. See how that, whoa, don't mow down over these things. You just heat them enough and then push them. And you've got this whole corner licked. You gotta heat though, you gotta do a little more heating. Go on across. No, you got to heat a little bit more before you push, and it'll go smooth. Okay, push. Okay, now heat that other. Okay, push. Come back over here. You smooth all that out. Don't heat it. Just smooth it out. Just keep going. Keep smoothing it. Okay, you're done. Stop. See how using the heat and push method sped you up. And it took us forever to just do it the slow way. I want you to you've almost got this zone done. This is your last zone. I want you to just go across here, heat, and watch them squiggle down, and then push, heat, push. I really, you just keep going down as you heat a little bit more. And it's almost like a technique in itself. I want you to try that on this last zone. Start in the very bottom of your other zone, and then work the whole zone. Go across and back. No, heat a little more. Be a little more aggressive with the heat before you push. Okay, yeah. Keep going across. Don't keep. Yeah. Keep going. Can you get a good camera on that? Can you see? Hey, back. Let him get a good camera angle on that. You're doing good. Keep your rhythm. Okay, boom. Okay, yeah. Keep going, man. You just got to keep. See how it draws up, then you push. Draws up, then push. It draws up a little bit more and push. Man, you got the dance, see? You got the dance figured out. And now we can look at it in zones. Come over here. Boom. Look at that. This whole side is done. I tell you what, now that you got the dance going on, we won't do this whole thing. Come over here. I want you to do this bottom half. Okay, we're on this zone right here. This is going a lot faster now. We started with nothing to work with. Now Ryan is starting to figure out the dance. He's got the shrinking, the pushing is starting to kind of go faster now. Again, we're going to still concentrate on zones. Here's a zone we got. I want to go ahead and point out that basically this part of the zone is almost like doesn't need any shrinking. Ryan, I would take my hard card and I would just sort of push this, just try to smooth some of this out a little bit if you can. Just looks a little like it could just be laid flat if somebody would just come in here and smooth it out. Okay, yeah, come over here, get these, just go straight down. Yep, just get them down, just get them. Okay, that's good. Okay, that now, maybe, as you get better, you can tackle these zones, and these zones can be larger zones. And I'm going to do that for you this time, Ryan. I'm going to let you come across here. You can see there's, again, if I were looking at this as another zone, probably, I would kind of focus on this part of it. And I would just come across here and I would heat, push, heat, push, and then let's look at this last zone. Go ahead. Make sure you don't put the cord in the right place. Here, let me help you with the cord here. I'm gonna get it over here. Okay, go ahead. You gotta heat it. You got don't not too soon. Too soon with it. Heat it. You're doing good. Heat it more, then push. You're not heating it enough. It'll work out better if you just heat it a little bit more and then do your pushing. You really got to see the film draw up. Yep. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. See, another thing, by pushing at the right time, you keep these fingers vertical. Okay, now we're out of this zone. Let's go to the next zone. Just keep going across. You know, get a little bit more aggressive here, you know, and yeah, push on it just a little bit. Just keep going down. When you see it draw up, yeah, that's it. Now come back across. See there, you got a rhythm going. Start up here, just, yeah, push on it. No, don't do too much on the sides. Sides are a little tricky. Just keep going, yeah, do that. No, just push it. You don't need to do any more heating up there. See, sometimes you gotta hold it down. Just that corner's the hardest part. Don't work these down. Don't push them into the side. See what I'm saying? Just keep going. Work on the belly of these things. We'll worry about this corner in a second. It's a little tricky. Look at that. See, we've already got it going faster. Just a little, just taking your time and keep. Yeah, don't shrink that. Just push it down. Yeah, push all that down. Push it down. Just watch this. That's not a crease, by the way. I'm sorry. I need to let you do it. Yep. Come on across. You're pushing it down. Yeah. No, you heat that good. Now push it down. Hurry, push it down. That's it. Just leave it alone. See that we're gonna cut that out. Okay, you're good. You did this. That zone is done. Man, this is going so good. How long is this video? About 30, 40 minutes? I think, let me do the last run. I want to show people how I would do it. Look, Ryan's done this whole window pretty much by himself. And I just want to kind of show the instruction. What you got to do is you just got to kind of heat a little bit and push. And again, I want to bring out the zones. Here's another zone. I just want to show you how my brain is seeing this. That's another zone I've created, so I'm really more worried about what's going on in that zone. And I'm gonna just kind of heat a little bit. I know what my boundaries are, and I like to heat and push. Heat and push. Kind of working my zones. See how I'm working that zone? I'm out of the zone, man. Look at that. Now you see I've already created another zone. I can make it a smaller zone, but when you get a little better, the zones get a little bigger. You just kind of have to sort of just take your time and heat a little bit at a time as you go along. That was a transition from one zone to another. I'm trying to kind of do that. Again, this is just heating a little bit at a time, making these zones. See, if I wanted to, I could have called. I didn't do this for you on the camera, but really, this was another zone right here. See, I've already gotten past that zone, and I'm looking at this as zones. And so I can Now right here, you're gonna notice instead of coming from the bottom, I could come from the top and sort of zip these up a little bit because I've got a really big possibility of creasing these fingers by heating too much. And I mean, this is really where most people screw up, right here in this zone, right here. This is where you're gonna heat too much in this zone, and this is where you're gonna heat the film, and it's gonna pinch it. And then you can't recover from it, and the rest of the finger from here to there is going to be a crease. If you want to minimize that as a risk, what you got to do is go to the top zone, skip this other zone, and you want to start to kind of see what the top edge is going to do to tame these fingers. See how I'm doing this? I'm sort of taming them a little bit, trying to take a lot of the stress off. Now see, this zone is actually a lot more relaxed. So now I can come back and tackle this zone, you know, and not really be too aggressive by accident and pinch these fingers up. See, now I just worked myself out of that zone. Now all I got is one more zone left. And then again, I'm gonna try to come to the top more instead of the bottom. And then I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up. It's just a dance. And that's the zone method. You'll get better at this. You keep trying, you just keep looking at this window in zones. And you can even divide these up into quads, and then you can divide them up into even smaller little boxes. Just look at these boxes. Tinting a window like this is like eating an elephant. It's overwhelming to look at this whole thing, but you take it one zone or one bite at a time, you can shrink a back window. My son Ryan here was able to shrink this back window. I mean, I was right on him the whole time, but you know, you saw even in the video, I mean, not bad for a 30, 40-minute video to watch my son go from not knowing what the heck he's doing to actually being able to get the rhythm down and not even having me to be giving him like every 1 second instruction. I mean, this doesn't take long to learn. 2 or 3 cars, you should have this, you know. Anyway, this is my zone method, and I wanted you to kind of look at windows in a different way rather than trying to be overwhelmed by them. I hope this has helped. It's helped a lot of people. This is how I train people, okay? I just want to show you guys, if I can show you guys on a video how I train people, maybe you can, again, find the YouTube video useful to train yourself. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped. This is how to shrink using zones.